Well, during a campaign trail event in Pennsylvania, President Joe Biden criticized Donald Trump's policy goals as he was in his hometown of Scranton in talks with members of the local carpenters union, where he slammed the former president and where he was at the rally to boost the Labour support for Vice President Kamala Harris in the final days before the elections. But he went on to say, as far as President Joe Biden is concerned, that he wants to smack Republicans. This is coming across as another controversial statement that has been made by the President of the United States.
But I'm serious. These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass. But I'm serious. These are the kind of guys you like to smack in the ass. But I'm serious. These are the kind of guys you like to...
Srinjoy, of course, as we talk about politics here in India, the political discourse, as in when the elections nears, gets personal. And it seems that same thing is happening here in the United States as well.
Well, the elections are about a couple of days away. It's on the 5th, and today is the 3rd, 2 days away. And it's very, very close. In fact, every poll says that the two candidates, the Republican candidate for President Donald Trump and Kamala Harris, currently the Vice President and Democrat nominee, they are neck and neck. And this is especially so in the critical state of Pennsylvania. In fact, it is so close in Pennsylvania that it's very difficult to even tell who is even marginally ahead. So and in Pennsylvania, where these statements were made, Pennsylvania will probably decide who will be the next president. So every vote counts and every effort is being made. And the fact that President Biden has made a statement like that is also clear evidence of how close the election is and how both sides are doing their absolute best to try and ensure they get every vote. Because the last time the election was again very close, President Biden won over Donald Trump by just a few votes. And again, in Pennsylvania, President Biden won by only a few thousand votes. It's a huge state. It has 90 electoral votes, and it's critical this time. In fact, more critical than it was last time. So as a result, the fact that President Biden is saying these things, it's an effort to get every last vote. And what is being said is clearly evidence of how close the election is, how critical the election is, and how important every vote is.
Absolutely, because it's counting down to the hours now as we are looking at the developments in the United States. But here, President Biden, Srinjoy, seems to be also condemning Donald Trump and his policy goals, warning of threats to healthcare acts and social security.
Yes, that has been the Democratic point. The Democrat side says that, number one, if Donald Trump becomes president, then the first thing that will stop is the abortion. Nobody will be able to have abortions. No woman will be able to have abortions. That's the first point being made, and that's a huge issue as far as America is concerned. Secondly, the Democrat side is speaking about how many million jobs it has created and how Donald Trump will cut taxes for the rich and only help the rich and not ordinary people. That's the point that the Democrats are making, that they will cut health care, they will cut other benefits for the middle class and only help the rich. That is President Biden's line about Donald Trump. That is the Democrat line about Donald Trump currently.
All right. Well, the stakes getting higher there as far as just days to count before the elections, as far as United States getting a new president, as President Biden here making a controversial statement. He was there to boost support for the Labour, support for Vice President Kamala Harris in the final days just before the elections. Let's play out a ground report that is now coming in, which captures the mood on the ground.
Well, with 3 days left before the U.S. votes for its next president, I'm here at a Democratic Party campaign event, and it continues to be a close race. And there are two things that stood out to me at this campaign event. One is that both sides are clear that it's going to be a close race, and it's crucial that more and more people get out and vote, because this is an election where every vote will be critical. And the second point is that some Republicans are switching sides and joining the Democratic Party. And Harris' campaign is pushing the slogan, country over party. But this is in no way a reflection of what the wider electorate thinks of Trump. He has still got many supporters. And as both sides continue to go from door to door asking for votes, and as we have been reporting, it is very difficult to predict what the result of this election will look like.
Well, high-stakes battle there as far as when it comes to the developments in the U.S. presidential elections. You can watch all of them right here on Times Now. Back after a short break.